We're having a farmer back to our program. He is Tim Dufault from Northwestern Minnessota. Tim Dufault was here with us when he was starting to plant his soybeans and wheat by May. Right here on Connected Farmer, your channel to keep you up to date with the latest trends in agriculture and livestock. So, Tim, I want to remember a little bit our viewers about what we have talked earlier this year. We talked on April by May 10, and you told us that by April 30, you started to plant half wheat, half soybeans, and you were having a bit of snow by that time, by May. So what happened? What happened after that?
Yeah, well, 2020 has continued to be an interesting year for everyone, coronavirus included. So we had a late spring. We had a little snow early in May, which isn't too unusual. It never usually lasts more than a day or so. But May we had a pretty good run. Everybody was able to get the crops planted. There was still some corn being harvested last spring from 2019 because the fall of 2019 was the worst on record, and there was also some fields that didn't get planted this year because they weren't able to get tilled. So anyway, most of the crops got planted. Then June, July, and August were hot and wet. We had probably double the rainfall we would have in a normal summertime period. North of us, there was a few reporting stations, they were triple the rainfall. Anyway, we were able to get the weed off in August to late August. Crop was about average. We were thinking it was going to look a little bit better, but I think the rain and the heat and the late planting took the bloom off the rose there. If September on, things have turned around. It stayed dry. The ground dried out. We got our soybeans harvested here the end of September, early October. That went very well. Again, the yield wasn't anything spectacular. We thought we were going to have fantastic yields because the plants looked wonderful. They were thick, lush, lots of pods. But I think once you got over the whole field, you found drowned out spots and other weather issues, so that hampered us. And then just this past week, we've had some snowfall again. It seems like whenever you call, Luis, it's snow is in the ground or in the forecast. So just about all the crop is off around here. There's still a little bit of corn and a little bit of sunflowers, I suppose, that our guys are taking off. But I would say 99% of the soybeans are gone, and we're sitting pretty good.
What are the average yields you are getting there?
The wheat yield in this region, we're going to average 65 to 70 bushels an acre, which it's good, nothing spectacular. It's right in that average curve. Soybeans are going to be a little bit more all over the board. I think we're looking at fields from the lower 30s to mid 40, maybe upper 40 bushels to the acre. And around here, a good average is right around 40 bushels to the acre. Anything above that, you're pretty happy with. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. The quality was pretty good. The wheat crop, we had a little bit of issue with the falling numbers, where the pre-harvest sprouting, which kind of cuts into the quality on the bread making skills, but it wasn't nearly as widespread as it was in 2019.
Yes, and I remember also that when we spoke earlier in the season, you were pretty worried about prices, and now prices are a lot better. What can you tell us about your marketing plans?
Yeah, it's a turnaround, just like the weather with the markets. I was just looking at the markets a while ago. And from spring planting until today, we're up about $2 a bushel on soybeans. I mean, we haven't had, my local price is about $9.65. We're getting close to $10 a bushel. That's fantastic. Wheat, from the early August harvest low to today, we're up about 80 cents a bushel. And that just keeps ratcheting. I mean, the beans, we know what's going on there. There's exports, and South America's got a little dry issue in Brazil. But with the wheat, the central United States is dry, where the main winter wheat production area is. You've got the eastern Ukraine is dry. Russia's got some dry pockets. And Argentina, if I haven't seen the weather in a few days there, they're still talking some dry in their wheat region. So there's enough. It's not just one area of the world with wheat that's having issues. It's a lot of them. And I think the grain market woke up, and yeah, we have a large carryover of wheat, but maybe this will be serious enough where we better start booking our needs ahead of time, and that's been pushing the prices up.
Are you willing to sell all of your wheat and soybeans?
I've been selling along on this rally pretty good. With beans, I'm far enough along. I better just hold back a little bit. I got a little too aggressive there. But the wheat, I'm still making some sales there. It's every week, just to sell a little bit more. You got to feed the bull, as the grain traders say. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Yes, and I follow you on Twitter, and you have criticized the trade policies of Donald Trump. And what are you seeing on the political scape right now? Do you think next year will be a better year?
Oh, it depends who gets elected. If they make trade a priority, if Vice President Biden gets in, is he going to immediately talk to China and work to get these tariffs removed? Or is he going to focus on other areas of policy? It's anyone's game to see what's going to happen here. I hope that whichever administration comes in January works on the trade issue harder than they have, and considers the ag trade when they're in the trading negotiations.
At least China, by this time of the year, has purchased a lot more than they used to do some months ago.
Yes, and yes, and we don't know. I mean, China's a great trader. They're like a poker player. You never know what they're thinking. Is it? Do they know more about the South American weather and the world S&P than we do, and so they're buying ahead of it? Are they in greater need of soybeans than the rest of us think they are? Is the hog herd coming back enough that's requiring more soybeans after their African swine fever outbreak? We don't know. We're just thankful they're buying. And again, I can't help but imagine what the purchases would be like if there wasn't this tariff that they're putting on our beans. If there wasn't this trade war, how many more beans they could be buying, or where would the price be today? I don't know.
Yeah, it seems they bring a little bit of relief in these times of COVID. But Tim, tell us a little bit what do you expect for the winter? What do you have in mind for the winter?
Well, usually up here, I'm involved in different farm groups, and I like to attend a lot of meetings, training sessions, and things like that. But in the age of COVID, it's going to be different. Pretty much everything's going to be online this year. I've already watched one marketing seminar back in September. That's, I usually drive down to. It's about 90 miles away in Fargo, and it's very interesting. There's several speakers, and you always come away with some good information. Got to watch that one online this year. So you're missing the interaction with other farmers that or talking to them. So that part's going to be different. There'll be, we'll see where we go from here.
So, Tim, thanks a lot for your time. Have a great harvest.
Hey, you too. You take care. I hope everything's well with you.